Did Jeffrey Epstein hang himself, or did somebody kill him?
Senator, I believe he hung himself in a cell in the Metropolitan Detention Center.
Are you going to release all the information about that?
Senator, we are working through that right now with the Department of Justice.
When you think you'll
This
have
is
it done?
American Angle. If you care about truth over talking points, hit like and subscribe right now. Senator John Kennedy just put the FBI director on the spot over Epstein, FBI corruption, and the Hunter Biden laptop cover-up. And the answers should make every American furious.
Ms. Page worked for justice. The Inspector General found in its investigation that they hated President Trump, and they really wanted Secretary Clinton to win. Is that true?
That's correct, sir.
And this would be the same same Ms. Page who sent an email to Mr. Strzok with whom she was having an affair. Trump's not ever going to become president, right? Right? And Mr. Strzok with the FBI, senior official at the FBI, replied, quote, no, he won't. We'll stop it. Did I read that correctly?
You did, Senator.
Okay. Now, Ms. Page got quit before she could get fired. Mr. Strzok was fired. And predictably, they filed a lawsuit because in Washington, it's easier to divorce your spouse than it is to fire a federal employee. Why did the FBI give Mr. Strzok $1.2 million and Ms. Page $800,000 to settle a lawsuit?
Senator, I do not know that settlement was reached in the prior administration.
Who made the decision?
The prior Department of Justice.
Who in the prior Department of Justice?
The settlement for that kind of case can only come from the Attorney General, which would be Attorney General Merrick Garland.
So the Attorney General decided to give Mr. Strzok $1.2 million and Ms. Page $800,000 after they were fired after actively interfering in the 2016 election. Is that right?
My understanding is that was a settlement they agreed to.
Pass me the sick bucket, please. The Hunter Biden laptop. In October of 2016, shortly before the election, the New York Post wrote a story that was widely covered talking about Mr. Hunter Biden's influence peddling scheme based on his laptop. A couple of weeks later, Secretary of State, soon-to-be Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, organized a group of 51 so-called intelligence experts. Had some real rock stars on the list. Jim Clapper, John Brennan, Michael Hayden, Leon Panetta, and they said, oh, no, this story in the New York Post is not true. It's based on Russian disinformation. You remember that?
I do, Senator, as the lead investigator for Russiagate for the House Intel Committee.
Yeah. The FBI had the laptop for 10 months, hadn't they?
They did, Senator.
So the FBI knew right before the election that it wasn't Russian disinformation, didn't they?
And that was confirmed by the Inspector General's report.
Yeah. Who at the FBI refused to let the FBI tell the American people the truth?
I don't have that name in front of me, sir.
Well, would you look?
I will, sir.
I'd like to know. I'd like a name, not a division. I'd like the name. Person with a brain and a beating heart.
Yes, sir.
Did Jeffrey Epstein hang himself, or did somebody kill him?
Senator, I believe he hung himself in a cell in the Metropolitan Detention Center.
Are you going to release all the information about that?
Senator, we are working through that right now with the Department of Justice.
When you think you'll have it done, Cash?
I think in the near future, sir.
Like before I die?
Senator, we've been working on that, and we're doing it in a way that protects victims and also doesn't put out into the ether information that is irrelevant for production to the public, such as CSAM.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senator Reid.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Director. As you're well aware, DOJ.
Senator John Kennedy used this hearing to ask the questions most people in Washington avoid. He began with the arrest of a Wisconsin judge who helped an illegal immigrant evade federal custody. The FBI director confirmed she broke federal law and was arrested because of it. Kennedy's point was simple. No one gets to decide which laws apply to them. Not citizens. Not politicians. And not judges. From there, Kennedy turned to political bias inside the FBI. He revisited the Inspector General's findings on Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, two senior officials who openly expressed hatred for Donald Trump and a desire to stop him from becoming president. The FBI director confirmed the messages were real, including the now infamous text saying, "We'll stop it." Kennedy then pressed on the outcome. Despite being fired or forced out, both Strzok and Page received massive taxpayer-funded settlements. Millions of dollars paid out after officials were caught interfering in the 2016 election. Kennedy made clear how backwards that system is, where accountability disappears and insiders still get rewarded. Next came the Hunter Biden laptop. Kennedy reminded the room that the FBI had possession of the laptop long before the election and knew it was not Russian disinformation. Yet right before Americans voted, 51 intelligence officials publicly dismissed the story as fake, and the FBI stayed silent. Voters were denied information that could have influenced the election. Kennedy demanded to know who made that decision. Not a department. Not a process. A name. The FBI director said he did not have it at the moment but would look into it. Finally, Kennedy asked the question that still hasn't gone away. Did Jeffrey Epstein kill himself or was he killed? The FBI director said he believes Epstein hung himself and that more information will be released after review with the Department of Justice, while protecting victims and sensitive material. The exchange highlighted a consistent pattern. Decisions that shape elections and public trust are made behind closed doors, and accountability comes slowly, if at all. Kennedy wasn't offering theories. He was demanding answers. And that's why this moment mattered.